Today in class we utilized the Shape Builder tool, which is probably my favorite tool in the whole program, just because of how well it works creating really complicated things from really simple shapes. So let's practice utilizing it. The number one thing to know about the Shape Builder is it only works on shapes that overlap. For example, in this case, if this square was over here and this square was here, I could not use the Shape Builder on it because these two things are overlapping. I'm going to zoom in here so you can see. You'll see that on the left, I've showed you what it should look like, and on the right, you're given the shapes to start with. In this case, we want to combine these two squares. So to do this, first thing we have to have is both objects selected. If I only have one thing selected, Shape Builder will also not work. To select both squares, I can either hold Shift and click or make a marquee over both. Once I have it selected, I can activate my Shape Builder tool. The quick key is Shift M. Looks like two circles with a little arrow. To combine something, all I have to do is click and it turns my little shape gray. And as I drag, I get this weird little line, and wherever I drag to, it will be combined to. So if I want both of these combined, I'm just going to drag all the way through until both shapes have this like gray wash to them. When I'm happy, I let go, and now both shapes have been combined to make one shape. That's the first way of using this tool. Another way is to do the same thing. Select all the shapes and activate my Shape Builder tool, but this time I'm going to drag and make a marquee from the outside. So I have my Shape Builder selected, but while holding down Shift, it makes a marquee and it kind of just lets me overlap the entire thing so I don't have to individually combine each shape. When I release my marquee, it combines it. It's just really fast. If I did it the other way, I can do this over and over, but it just takes more time. If I hold Shift and click a box around it, everything's combined at the same time. Sometimes you're going to have the idea where you don't actually necessarily need to combine shapes, but you actually need to create new shapes. For example, I want to make this little sliver here on the left. To do that, instead of dragging, I just click. Let me show you the difference. I'm going to make a marquee over these two circles to select them. I'm going to activate my Shape Builder tool. Now, if I wanted to combine these things, I would just drag, right? Click and drag. But in this case, I don't want to combine them. I want them to make their own shapes. I want this to be a shape, this to be a shape, and this to be a shape. To do that, all I have to do is click down once instead of drag. Click, click, and then click one more time. Now, it doesn't look like anything's happened. But if I swap to my selection tool, click somewhere else or deselect, and drag each piece, I've created new shapes just by overlapping other shapes. So for this first part, it's a lot of combining. Sometimes I give you the shapes, and sometimes I'm asking you to make your own. For example, to make this cup, I used a rectangle and an ellipse and then combined them. With the cloud, it's 3 ellipses. The Mickey Mouse, the same, right? Make sure you have all your objects selected before you use the Shape Builder tool, and be precise.